I have way more discs than I know what to do with. I could sell them for 25 coin each, but that feels like a waste. Instead, I came up with something different. The Borrowed Bag Project. Hi, this is David Salee. I reached out on the Disc Golf Valley Facebook page for those that might be struggling with a tier tournament to post their bag along with the tournament that they wanted help with. I would then build their bag and attempt to win. I would also do commentary for each of the rounds and provide feedback on their disc choices at the end of each tournament. This gave me a great excuse to try out discs that I might not normally use and gives the disc vault a proper workout. This time's bag is brought to us by Nathan, but Nathan, he plays in Lefty mode. So we're going to give that a go and we're going to tackle the Big Splash. The Big Splash, of course, being 2 rounds of Lakeside, playing holes 1 through 9 first, and then holes 9 through 1. Before we get too far, let's take a look at the bag that Nathan put together. He was looking to put together something that would contain a mix of both really good discs and, some really tough challenges. So, looks like we have a couple putters. We got the Glide Accurate Keystone and a sticky Glide Dagger, and I see that's one of the purchased ones, so good job, Nathan. All right, and then we go with the Anchor as our only mid-range. All right, well, at least it's accurate, so I might be able to find some use out of that. Got a couple of the 7 speeds. We got a turn accurate river, so taking an understable disc and making it even more understable. Oh joy. And then we got a glide windbreak triple X. All right, well, overstable disc. Might be able to find something for that. A turn glide musket. All right, well, that'll work. A wind turn recoil and okay, so we got a couple havocs, a skip roll, and a turn skip. So both skip havocs. I may not use all discs that are in the bag this time, especially with the Big Splash. It's not a great place for skip discs, but I don't know. We'll not limit ourselves to having to use all the discs. And we have a roll ballista. Yeah, again, the rolling may not come into play, but that roll being super sticky might. So we'll see how that goes. And then a Ballista Pro to round it all out. So yeah, we might be able to do some damage on the course. Of course, we are also playing Lefty, so I'm going to have to try and keep that in mind as I go along. So let's get started. And we're going to start out with that extra turn, accurate river. Alright, well, we got a nice calm wind, so probably ought to put it to the right of the basket, pull back straight. Oh, boy, that river is understable. Alright, well, let's see what we got left. 42, alright, well, let's use our special dagger and see if we can throw it in. Not too bad, just have to remember that we're a lefty, so going on that left side of the basket. Alright, what kind of wind? 3 wind. Okay, well, this is a perfect opportunity for the roll ballista. Make use of that stickiness, so we'll slide it over, line it up, and let it go. With that 3 wind, should carry quite a ways. A little too much fade. Alright, well, a little further away than I would like, 75 feet. Our first tester, we're going to use that keystone and try and bury this in the center. Perfect. Just over the guard. Alright, well, good eagle. Gives us a nice start. Pretty routine hole usually with that kind of wind. Yeah, we can use the river. Gonna try and compensate for its... Oh, it's still understable. Get off that rock. Ah, little kick. Towards the drop zone. Anybody ever throw from the drop zone? Yeah, I didn't think so. So, let's use our special dagger. Need to throw that a little bit more left of that post. It's got a bit more fade. Okay. Albatross. Yeah, we got good wind. So let's see if the Ballista Pro can make it over there. With backhand, yeah, 2 breeze should be okay. Send it. Oh, that's looking nice. Skip up close to the basket. Very good. What do we got left? 29. All right, keystone in the center. Boom. Albatross. Ah, lefties, they have it so easy. Alright, well this one will be a little tricky. I don't like the backhand play with that tree. Oh, a lot of wind, so forehand, let's use the turn glide musket. We'll give it a try. And yeah, we'll see if we can throw it out there. See what it does. Goes nice and straight with that forehand. Slow down. Okay, that's a pretty decent position. 216 left. Yeah, why not use the anchor? Throw it quite a ways to the left of the basket, and it still overhooks. I forget how overstable that anchor is. You know, one of these days I'll figure that thing out. There we go. Good 50-footer. Birdie. Things are looking pretty clean thus far. Okay, well, I was thinking that this would be the hole. Oh, and a headwind, so let's use that glide windbreak triple X and let the fade work to our advantage. Going around. Oh goodness. Okay, so 57 feet and in the bushes. All right, hopefully no foliage effect. Straight at it, just over the guard. Stay in. Yes, there's a birdie. All right, very good. All right, well, hole 7. Oh, it's pretty windy out there. With the 3 wind, it wants a forehand and suggesting the river. Yeah, okay. I'll go with that and slide it over a little. Forehand. Hopefully this gets there. Understable. Throw it straight. Oh, that's so wet. That's in the water. All right, out of bounds. Let's try this again from the same spot because we need the practice. And yeah, let's switch to that musket instead. Oh, we're ace running. Sort of ace running. Would have been a nice, good save, but that's okay. Throw the dagger, and let's get ourselves a bogey, and we'll move on. The square island. I was a little concerned about this one. Oh, the worst wind. Actually, though, that wind might push the river into that corner, so this might be okay. So drifting, that's tracking pretty. Oh, it's too low. Great. Came up short. All right, well, Keystone 138 with the wind, so just clear it. Yes. And we'll take our back-to-back bogeys. Okay. Lefties, you do have a challenge out there, don't you? Man. All right, well, let's see what we got here. That breeze, I don't feel like I'm going to be running the eagle, so we'll take the long route and get used to this anchor. At least it is accurate. So let's see, from there to the next one, we'll switch that to forehand, and we'll throw just to the next hill. Slide up to the edge. Yeah, that'll work. And one more backhand anchor shot for good measure. Throw it out nice and wide. And it still comes back pretty hard. That's good. There we go. A little 12-footer. Piece of cake. Throw it in with a keystone. All right. Well, first round, it's going to be, just -8. Let's see how far behind we are. Oh, 3 strokes. All right, Foreman and Freeman. We're coming for you, men. Let's do the exact same thing with the anchor. So switch it from forehand to backhand and just try and make it out to that first hill. Just playing for the birdie on this one. And there we go, especially with the wind as a headwind. So back to the forehand. Select the anchor. Let it slide to the edge. There we go. And one more backhand with the anchor. Put it nice and wide again. This should come back. Not quite as much. No, yeah, that'll be fine. And so a very routine birdie for us. Finish it off with the dagger. Extra style points. Oh, all right. Freeman gets the eagle, and the other guy did not do well. Okay, so we've learned from our mistakes. A little higher, a little less wind. Just trying to get to that corner. And that's much better. You know, clip it. There you go. Stay in there. Nice. 11-footer. Easy. Throw it in with a keystone. Away we go. That was a nice improvement. And only one stroke behind. All right. Well, we could run this with the musket, but we have less wind, so let's try the backhand river instead of the forehand. And it's going to go a little wide, or a lot wide. Oh, use the rock. No, use the tree. Oh, all right. 87. Ooh, this is a challenge. Downhill a little bit, so we'll lower it just over the guard. All right. Nice birdie. Nice birdie indeed. Oh, now we're tied with the guys. All right. I think the triple X was a little too much, so we'll slide over and use the anchor instead. That wind's going to push it out, though, so hopefully it has just enough. It does. Look at that fade. All right. That's very good. 48. No way that I'm putting it. I'm going to throw this in. There we go. Nice. All right, now we got a little bit of a lead. That's good. So let's try that same play that we did before. So the forehand with the turn glide musket. Slide it over. Not going to throw it 100% this time. So just going to pull back a little bit. Let it hopefully get a nice bounce, which it did. And slide close to that rock. That's a lot safer than the last time. All right, well, we'll just put that nice and wide with the anchor. And nope, didn't quite park it. Visited the post, but it didn't stay there. All right, we can use the dagger and throw it nice and wide. There we go. Another birdie. 2-stroke lead going in. All right, what kind of wind do we have this time? Ooh, one headwind, not worth it. So switching to forehand, and hey, let's make use of the recoil this time. Forehand, just throw it out there and keep it close to the bank. Yeah, nice and smooth and slides. And 306 left. Yeah, river should be just fine. Put it nice and wide and let it. Oh, that's right. I'm a lefty. Oh boy. Okay. Well, that was way wider than I wanted. 81. Should be able to throw this in. Oh, didn't quite get it high enough. Eagle opportunity squandered. At least we get the birdie. Minimize the damage. Oh, they gained a stroke though. Yep, figures. All right, well, this time we're going to make sure that we compensate. We are a lefty. There we go. Way better than last time. Get this nice and close. Play for that extra turn. And we can use the dagger. Throw it in on that lefty pro side. Okay, last time we managed to get the eagle. I'd say let's do it again with that roll ballista. This time I'm going to go a little bit Annie to try and go a little straighter at it, and this should grip. Yep, there it is. That stickiness from that roll. 37 feet. Easy putt. Keystone center. So going in last hole, we have a 2-stroke lead. All right, I like it. So we'll keep this one nice and easy and routine and go with that turn accurate river. And yep, go a little wide. And it's got a little fight to it. Coming back a little bit. Finish off with a 27-footer, and let's go with the dagger. Yay, dead center. Gets our birdie. Has minus 18 for overall, so we did a nice improvement, a 2-stroke improvement, and we won! Hey, there we go! So, Lakeside, big splash with the lefty bag. Wind up going ahead and winning. Alright, let's do a review of the Nathan Lefty Challenge Bag. Alright, first off, thank you Nathan for taking the time to put this together and send it to me and give me a good challenge. It was a lot of fun, really enjoyed it. And here are the takeaways that I have from the bag. I, of course, did not get a chance to throw every disc, kind of as I figured, since the lake course is not the best for skip discs, so those are going to be excluded a little bit. The glide accurate keystone, yeah, you know, anytime I have an accurate disc, I'm actually pretty happy. It doesn't matter if it's keystone, dagger, pure, any of the putters. As long as they're accurate, they are pretty decent. And so the accurate glide keystone was definitely one that I used and leaned on for my throw-ins. And even as a lefty, you know, lefty, righty, The keystone is so dead straight. It's pretty nice. I still prefer the pure if I had to have something in my bag, but the keystone, it's a really good disc. It's kind of growing on me. The dagger, novelty disc actually, with it being the Disc Valley stamp, and so that's kind of nice to have in the bag. But the sticky glide combo, that works out really well for when you're putting, and the vibrational effects don't really come into play. So good for putting. Probably wouldn't use it at all for any kind of throw-ins. So there is that. The accurate anchor, when it's my only fairway or mid-range, then that's what I'm going to be using. So only because I had no other choices. But you know what? Anchor, it's actually a pretty decent disc. It's not going to get you the distance that the Fuse will, and it's going to be a little bit challenging because everything's going to have that fade to it. But it works out okay. It's all right. The turn accurate river. Thank goodness it was accurate, but oh my gosh, that turn combined with the river makes it so understable. It's like an underworld almost, just really challenging. The glide windbreak triple X, I kind of thought that it would work out well for that one hole with the rock Mando, but no, because as a lefty you're throwing backhand, and I'm used to throwing forehand, which cuts the distance of the disc down. The backhand doesn't, so that went a lot further than I was kind of expecting, and that, wound up not being the best of choices there. It worked out okay, but oof, yeah. And of course, the Triple X, it's, for me, a very specialty disc, and I don't really have them in the bag, but I understand, some people just absolutely love them. Or, okay, maybe two people love them. I don't know. I'm not sure the exact numbers. I don't have the metrics on that. But we had a musket in there, and granted, it was a turn glide and no sort of accuracy on it whatsoever, but it actually was okay. The turn, on the musket, makes it pretty straight. It's already a little bit of a understable disc, so worked out all right. The wind turn recoil, the turn on that one kind of straightens that out as well. Only threw it once, so didn't really get a good opportunity to try it out much. The Havocs, skipped them both. That roll ballista, I know that one is a Star Award disc, as is the regular Ballista Pro, no attribute. And those are some really nice discs. If you don't have a top end ballista or a top end Ballista Pro from the shop or anything like that, go challenge the Valley. Go get those stars. Get these discs, because these two discs will actually serve you quite well. You can roll that ballista when you need to, and when you want it to just grip and stop, it will do that for you as an air shot. And the Ballista Pro, even though it's no attribute, it's still a pretty decent distance disc. As you saw, you can get the Albatross on Lake 4 by just going across. The only thing I don't know is the wind speed limitations on it. So if there's a two tail, it's a green light. I'm thinking that if there's a one tail, it's a green light as well. A one or two headwind, then you're going to start wanting to go the long way. And that's what I wound up doing just to play it a little bit safe. But overall, a very interesting, complex bag, and again, a lot of fun to try out and throw. And so thanks again, Nathan, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And, we have a couple more borrowed bag opportunities out there yet, so hopefully I can finish them off at some point, because it's been a very fun series for me, and like I said, it's a great way for me to get a lot of discs that I don't ever use and probably will still never use, but I get an opportunity to pull them out of the inventory and stick them in the bag and give them a go out on the course. So thank you very much. This has been David Slee, and I will catch you later.